Hello, guys, and good evening to the folks, the gentlemen, and the ladies watching us from the UK. Good afternoon to the people in the US, and hello to everybody else watching us from around the globe. Today, we are doing our first ever watch along for NXT UK. We do watch alongs for all the shows, all the brands across the globe, the mainstream brands that are on TV. We do the watch alongs for every single show that is on TV every single day of the week. And we're doing it for the first time ever for NXT UK. And the first match is underway right now. Let's check it out. Let's see if NXT UK is going to be better than NXT 2.0 this week, and if it's going to be overshadowing last night's AEW Dynamite. NXT UK is definitely one of the most cherished brands. People love it. People protect it. The fans of NXT UK are really overprotective of the brand and they don't want to hear anything against it. So let's see what the hype is all about. And let's watch NXT UK. Watch it along with me, your very own Wrassing from Wrasslinews. All right, let's see.
Technique from the Spanish sensation, which is what Aiken is known for. And that has to be his wheelhouse that he stays in this match.
I think this is pretty good. They've logged in the submission held. It seems like a very technically driven match right here. Something I know that a lot of hardcore wrestling fans really appreciate. You don't get to see such technicality in matches on the main roster in the WWE. So if you appreciate, more technical matches that are more, if you want to call it serious in nature in wrestling, I think NXT UK would definitely be your cup of tea. A cup of British tea, if I may. Wow. It's very technical right here. Also, I love. Alright, so there's not a lot of audience. I believe the audience and the only audience that is in the ring is actually the authorized WWE personnel. So what we're seeing right here is that this is without any kind of audience. And I just see the LED panels all across the arena, all around the arena, which display the logo and the graphics of NXT UK. And I still like the look and feel of it. I understand that this is a very closed-knit arena. There are not any audience members. There are no fans in the building. But the way that they have arranged the LED panels and, with the magical commentary, by the way, the British commentary, I'm loving it. I'm loving the feel of it. And of course, the technical wrestling. It's great.
Physical battle against Ilya Dragunov. He got a question. And Aiken is fully recovered. He's recovering somewhat right now. I spoke to you. Yes, you did. But after the build that fails, this is just and look at that. The graphics in Aiken coming to make and get this champion Radwa. Back in this matchup, using his power and strength advantage. Radwell is sick, flesh on flesh, hard hitting, in your face action. That's where I'm most at home.
This is a pretty good match, I mean, it's a commercial-free show, first of all. There are no commercials. It's a one-hour show. The wrestling is great. So for the people who always complain about the main roster shows not having a lot of matches or not having a lot of wrestling or having too many commercials, NXT UK, with the great wrestling that it delivers and the no commercials and just pure wrestling, I mean, this is definitely your cup of tea, guys. If you are tired and sick and tired of the commercial breaks and the AdWords and just the amount of promos and less wrestling on WWE's main roster shows or even NXT 2.0, then NXT UK could definitely be your cup of tea. Gotta try it out if you haven't already. This could definitely be your cup of tea. Alright, pretty good match. And of course, roll-up pins. And roll-up pins are something that we see a lot on WWE television. And NXT UK is no stranger to roll-up pins that I can see. And a dive from the second turnbuckle. It's pretty good. Pretty nice. NXT, the gold and black brand in the US, it has gone now. It's no longer in existence. Now what we have is a rainbow. It's a mirage of colors in the US when it comes to NXT 2.0. But the gold and the black lives very well in the UK along with the black and the red. So NXT UK is still very well alive. It is not NXT 2.0. It's not a colorful show. It is a more serious show, which I believe is for the hardcore wrestling fans. A lot of wrestling fans, just like I said earlier, on the main roster, they always complain about the shows having too many commercials or too many segments, too many promos, and less wrestling. But NXT 2.0, we just started off. It's a great match, very technical, no commercials, no promos, a lot of great wrestling. So NXT UK, if you haven't already checked it out, could definitely be something that you might be interested in if you're sick and tired of the commercials and the amounts of segments on the main roster shows, or even NXT 2.0. So, gotta try it out, guys.
The referee giving him the count. There's Gradwell, who does indeed rise first. Oh, lays down Aiken. There was a malicious look in the eyes of the thunderstorm.
I love the whole presentation of the show, by the way. I love the setup. Of course, we are seeing audience members. They have returned in all of the promotions in the US. But NXT UK is still running without audience. I only see authorized personnel sitting ringside. And we just see these giant LED panels all over. And I love it. I love the presentation. It's very subtle. It's very nice, clever, and it's just great. I like it. I'm loving this look. It's very sophisticated too, by the way.
Look how calm Aiken is now, trying to maintain his control. Blackpool power. Oh, that was a long way down for Aiken, who screams out in agony. Gallus still comes to the right arm of Gradwell. This match really could go either way now. A closing stretch, surely. Gradwell once again showing the still underestimate his delusional focus on. He can certainly compete with the best in NXT UK. No delusion.
You talk about the best in the NXT UK, and it reminds me of the best professional wrestler. Well, the self-proclaimed best professional wrestler in the world right now, Kenny Omega, who has actually taken time off from wrestling and has taken time off from AEW. And it's because he had been dealing with a lot of problems and he had been wrestling through all those problems. One such problem is vertigo. It's pretty serious in itself. I mean, when you have vertigo, you can't even walk right. But this guy had been wrestling since 2018, so about 3 years he had been wrestling with vertigo. And when you have vertigo, you can't walk straight, you can't sit straight because the whole room starts to spin. And Kenny Omega revealed that when he had vertigo, which he still has, he could see the room spinning, the arena spinning, in his head while he was wrestling. So I don't know how he was able to pull off such 4 and 5 star matches with vertigo, but he was. And vertigo is not the only problem. He had some abdominal problems, some back pain, some knee pain. He had a lot of problems. And Dave Meltzer reports that Kenny Omega could be undergoing surgery. And not just one surgery, but surgeries and multiple surgeries to fix those multiple problems. So, and surgery is not even the end of the road for Kenny Omega. If he chooses to undergo multiple surgeries at once, there will be a lot and quite some time of rehab. So he will have to go through a bit of a rehabilitation right after the surgeries. It's gonna be a long wait. Where is KJ? So KJ is not here today. It's just your very own Wrassing who's gonna be running the show. We're doing the first ever watch along for NXT UK. It's a bit quiet, in the US. For our US fans base, it's daytime, so they're not available. They're busy with their work. But yeah, NXT UK, we're doing it for the first time, and I'm loving the show. It's a pretty good show. So Jay, are you watching the show as well? Let me know. All right, tap out. And with that being said, the first match of the night has come to an end. Pretty sweet match, I must say. I said it early a few times. I said for all the fans who are tired of the commercial breaks and the amount of segments and promos and fillers on the main roster shows, and even NXT 2.0. If you just want pure raw talent, wrestling technicalities, and all that stuff, and no commercials, then NXT 2.0 has it all. It's a 1 hour jam packed show with a lot of action packed into it. Less BS, more wrestling. So if you're into all of that stuff and you still want the WWE presentation and the WWE feel, NXT UK is the promotion for you. So check it out. And one very interesting thing about it is that the fans are not there. So in the US, you talk about any wrestling show, the indies, you talk about the main roster shows, any show, they all have fans. Every single wrestling show has fans. NXT UK, I don't see fans. Maybe these are authorized personnel, maybe there's a handful of fans, but I don't see a lot of fans here. So just like I said, no commercials. This is a 1 hour show, and it's jam packed with a lot of actions, no fillers. We're right now getting a clip from 2 weeks ago as we approach the second match of the night, which again I'm very excited for. And this is just pure raw technical wrestling. It's great wrestling, and that's about it. So if you are tired of commercials and the segments and the fillers on NXT 2.0 or the main roster shows, NXT UK is the promotion for you. It's a 1 hour show, jam packed with a lot of action. So why not? Right? NXT 2.0 is it. NXT UK is it. Right. So I think we're heading into our second match of the night. Okay. With that being said, we're getting a commercial for Survivor Series now. And Survivor Series is happening this Sunday. And this is going to be the second pay-per-view in a row. So the last weekend we got the AEW's Full Gear pay-per-view. And now, for the second week in a row, we're getting another pay-per-view that is from WWE, which is Survivor Series. One of their 4 big pay-per-views of the year. So they have Royal Rumble, they've got Survivor Series, they've got, WrestleMania, of course, and they got SummerSlam. So Survivor Series is considered to be one of the 4 main biggest pay-per-views of the year for WWE. But this year, Survivor Series has little to no build-up whatsoever. Still, let's see how the show turns out to be. But most of the fans that I've spoken to are not hyped for this year's Survivor Series. I hope that changes. I hope this Sunday the show surprises them all. But so far, they're not excited. They're not hyped. And it's not their fault. It's WWE's fault for not hyping it or for not building the whole Raw versus SmackDown angle very well. I mean, the way they've booked the shows these past 2 weeks is they've had the Raw teams fight internally against each other. The SmackDown teams fight internally against each other. A fatal 5-way, a tag team. It makes no sense, but that's how they booked these teams heading into Survivor Series. I mean, there is no unity. We see no unity. We did not see this year, very surprising. We did not see any invasions, from one brand to another. There was nothing like that. I did not feel any brand superiority or any brand pride in any of the superstars that are actually fighting for their respective brands this Sunday. I just don't even know why are they fighting if they have no sense of pride, if there was no invasion, if they did not even cut a promo about why or how their brand is a superior brand. We saw none of that. We did not see people wearing their Raw or SmackDown t-shirts, nothing like that. So definitely weird. I feel like if they had NXT 2.0 there at Survivor Series, I think they would have been Raw and SmackDown clean. That's how fired up NXT 2.0 is, and I feel like Raw and SmackDown roster, they've just gone soft, and they're just not buying into the whole Survivor Series thing themselves. So how do they expect for us to buy it? I can't buy it. Not a lot of fans are buying it. I just don't understand what's going on. So Aaliyah James is making her way to the NXT UK ring, and Aaliyah reminds me of the Aaliyah who has also joined the main roster. She's on SmackDown right now, and she just, I believe, last week made her in-ring debut for SmackDown, which is very, very surprising, because even before she made her in-ring debut for SmackDown, she was picked to be a part of the team at Survivor Series, which is going to be representing SmackDown. So before she even proved herself, she already got a spot on a pay-per-view to represent SmackDown. Weird to say the absolute least. Anyways, Nina Samuels is now heading to the ring, and if you remember from back in the day, Miz and Morrison, we used to see these chairs a lot. Uh, the Hollywood chairs, the casting chairs, and we see the director's chair here when Nina Samuels makes her way to the ring every single night. All right. A good friend of mine, actually a few friends of mine from Scotland and from different parts of the UK of Europe have been trying to get into NXT UK as well. So hopefully we'll be seeing some of my friends, I hope so, in the near future. They're professional wrestlers, the finest from their own territories, and they're trying to get to NXT UK, so I hope the best for them. And hopefully one day I'll be doing a watch-along calling the action and they'll be performing. So let's see. And as you can see in the background, we have backgrounds for every single show that we do. No matter Raw, SmackDown, we have some interactive backgrounds. And tonight, NXT UK has such a royal feel, so we found it fitting to have a very royalish background, right? Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? Alright, so the match is underway. The referee has signaled to ring the bell. And there's two female competitors and a female referee. What a classic. Alright, I'm already excited for this match. Aaliyah versus Nina. Who is going to be the winner? We have to see. Alright, good to see you, Ronda Rousey. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying NXT UK tonight. This is our first ever watch-along that we're doing for NXT UK. It's been a quiet night so far. But yeah, having fun nonetheless. It's a good show so far. So Aaliyah is in control with a submission hold. And just like I said earlier, NXT UK, so far from what I'm seeing, it's a pretty technical show. I mean, it's not for the fans who enjoy a lot of entertainment or a lot of promos or a lot of fillers. I don't know if there are fans who enjoy fillers, but this is a show for the fans who always want hardcore, technical, old school, traditional style of wrestling. This is a show for those fans who are sick and tired of the commercial breaks on the main roster shows or the NXT UK 2.0. NXT UK is a 1-hour show jam-packed with all the action that you want, along with the WWE presentation. So this is a great show, a tremendous show for all the NXT fans and the WWE fans out there. Alright, so Nina. The tables have turned, and Nina seems to be in control. But Aaliyah, being the athletic wrestler she is, wow, okay. With a reverse kick to the chest. Yeah, Nina is not able to catch Aaliyah. Aaliyah too fast for her, too quick for her. And now, all right, so Nina, that's where you have the experience counts. So you have to be careful before making every single move. And Aaliyah made a little mistake right there, and Nina capitalized on it really quick. And now Aaliyah is basically paying the price. All right, Nina pushes her to the turnbuckles now with the backbreaker. And Aaliyah is in pain. She is in substantial pain, we can see. The tables have turned. So at first I thought this was going to be an easy match. Aaliyah just too quick for Nina, but no. A mistake cost her everything, and the tables have turned drastically. So much so that Aaliyah tried to get back into control here, but she could not. And Nina is going, all right. Aaliyah is a fighter, though. She's a fighter with a drop kick, now going, all right, another backbreaker as Nina breaks her back 1, 2, and 3 times. The backbreaker 3 times. Awesome. I think she's going for the cover. Is she going for the cover, or she's going for the cover? Since the back is already hurt, Nina is trying to make the best out of it with a knee to the back. She's going for the ankle lock. Oh, wow. Aaliyah is a flexible lady, I'll tell you that. And Nina, taking advantage of her flexibility, she hits Aaliyah in the head with her very own foot. How many times have you seen that? Not many times, not for me, not many times. This is a great show, I'll tell you that. These competitors really know each other very well. They know what they're capable of. They know how to get the best out of each other. At least Nina knows how to get the best out of Aaliyah. That's for sure. Aaliyah is getting back in control. She's getting back into power with the drop kick to Nina now. Cross body slam right there. Nina's down. The referee, that was a pretty slow count as well. That was a surprisingly slow count, but Aaliyah does not have any complaints. Maybe it's typical for NXT UK to not count as fast, but alright, so with the head planted to the turnbuckle, Nina now, I think she's looking for the finisher here. Yeah, that is it. Seems like it's it. Wow. Okay, alright, cool. So that was a roll-up pin. Aaliyah was able to roll that pin up and was able to get Nina's shoulders down for the pinfall. But Nina kicked out right at time at the 2 count, which means the match is still going on. It's Nina versus Aaliyah. I feel bad breaker again, and Aaliyah with the roll-up pin once more. And the match ends just like that. You know, I said it. On the main roster, we see roll-up pins a lot. We see them a lot. You know, we can see roll-up pinfalls 2, 3, even 4 times on a single show on a Monday night. But we don't see them as much in AEW because Tony Khan apparently hates roll-up pins. But of course, NXT UK being a WWE brand, a WWE show, also has roll-up pins, and we just saw, Aaliyah rolling up Nina for the very surprise roll-up pinfall, and she was able to pin her successfully. And with that being said, she won the match, and she made her way out of the ring before Nina could do any damage to her. Cool match. You know, Aaliyah was a fighter. I think she deserved to win because she started off the match pretty good. She made a little mistake. That's where Nina's experience or her, I would say, quick thinking worked. She was able to turn the tables, and she was able to keep the tables turned for a long period of this match. But Aaliyah just being, too quick, too swift, too powerful, I guess. And she was able to roll her up for the pin. Congratulations, Aaliyah.
Just really good time right now, mate.
I'm loving this. It's my first time watching NXT UK, and it's my first time watching it during the Watchalong especially, and I'm loving the show so far.
But Sam, it's tough at the top. Not that you would know anything about that, but you do make a good point. We should get him here because he has blown my buzz. And the way he's about to laugh. Let's keep this party going.
I love it. I like it. I like the whole atmosphere of the show.
Really?
Even the backstage segments, they just seem very nice. Perfect. I like it. And of course, alright, so I'm getting a commercial for Christmas. I believe that's WWE Shop's Christmas commercial. Let's see. Yeah, that's a weird commercial. Usually, they have better commercials for Christmas. Okay, this is actually for WWE Live Ticketing. Alright. Yeah, this is a commercial for WWE Live Tickets, but still weird. They have better commercials, during Christmas time, during the season time. But weird. Okay. Not the best kind of commercial that I've ever seen for Christmas. But okay, I'll take it.
James, we just want a quick word. Second win for you here at NXT UK. You must be feeling
Right, Aaliyah looking very happy. It is her second win tonight.
Good this feels like. I just want to keep this momentum going. Like, I just want to be on a roll. Like, it's amazing. I think having the crowd there just really gives me that edge.
cool. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations.
It's funny. Aaliyah, you can tell she's a bit nervous. The interviewer congratulated her, and she congratulated the interview too. That's funny. Oh, wow. And a backstage attack right there. It's just her second night on the show, her second win tonight, and she gets attacked backstage. Wow. I'll tell you something about NXT UK. This is a lot less overproduced that we usually see at the WWE shows in the US. Like you talk about the main roster shows, even NXT UK, even NXT 2.0, pardon me. All of them are super overproduced to the limit where it just gets very repulsive. This show is just very decent, very sophisticated. I love this show. I love the production behind this show. It seems very neat and very clean, and it's not overproduced. It's not very repulsive. I mean, with a lot of LEDs, with a lot of flashy colors, with overproduced backstage segments or interviews, it gets a bit too much, and you want to tune out. But this show is so subtle. It's so sweet. It's just good. I like it. I like the show a lot. So, definitely enjoying it.
Training of Huxley that inspired this matchup with his opponent tonight.
His opponent from Scotland, weighing in at 176 pounds, Kenny Williams.
Kenny Williams is here, and the very interesting part about this guy is that he is a self-proclaimed cockroach. Now, I understand that cockroaches, they live a long life, it's hard to destroy them. They've been around since the dinosaur era, or even before the dinosaurs existed. Cockroaches have always been on the face of this earth. But still, to call yourself a self-proclaimed cockroach, it's weird to me. So I don't know. I want to get behind this Kenny guy, but the fact that he calls himself a self-proclaimed cockroach and his Tron has cockroaches all over, I don't know. I don't know if this guy will ever make it to the main roster with this kind of gimmick. It's weird to me. But still, okay, whatever, I guess. Self-proclaimed cockroach is taking the beating right here. Not having the best time, the best night ever. Okay, wow. He turned the tables around now, and he has his opponent in a submission held. Again, I can't get the image of cockroach out of my head whenever I see them. It's weird. It's weird.
Use your intelligence and guile.
And the commentator can be heard said, "Use your antenna, can use your antenna." Oh, this is weird. Yeah, I don't know.
We'll find out as this match progresses, because while it was a great start for Huxley, I would have to think as it progresses, it will favour the guy.
And sweet show, I'll tell you, just like I said early on. This is a very sweet show because NXT UK, unlike the other brands, they don't have commercials first of all to begin with. No commercials, 1 hour show, full of action, no BS, only the kind of wrestling that you want. It's technical wrestling, it's hardcore wrestling, the kind of wrestling matches that people love, especially the hardcore wrestling fans always demand whenever they're watching the main roster shows. I mean, these people are giving you free, commercial-free shows that are full of wrestling matches and nothing else but wrestling matches. This is a great, great show for people, and I don't know why people don't tune in. This is a great show. It is something that people ask every time they watch a WWE show. They complain about the abundance of commercials. They complain about the abundance of segments and fillers and backstage segments and interviews and promos and very less wrestling. But this show, NXT UK, is giving you all of your wrestling with very few fillers, if any, and no commercials. So this is the show that you want to tune into. Don't miss out on it. No, really, it's a good show. And with that being said, we just have about 26 minutes left on the clock before the show gets over. So just like I said, very cool show. It's a 1 hour show, short, sweet, and simple. And I'm actually enjoying doing a watch along for this one. This is the first time doing it. It's a quiet one because, most of our fans are from the US, and in the US right now it's daytime and, they're working, so they're not able to tune in. But it's still a good show. It's a sweet show. So we're definitely gonna be back next week to do another watch along for NXT UK.
Every opportunity that presents itself, especially when you're an opponent this much larger than you. Williams, as you said earlier, Nigel, about to bounce back from that. Beat the Supernova alone in that Heritage Cup tournament, and will be significant winners to get a competitor as Stephen, the loose cannon and Huxley.
The cockroach had been in control through the most part of this match, but now it seems like the victory is slipping out of his fingers right here in front of his very eyes, and there's little to nothing that he can do about it. It seems like his time is going to be up, and the cockroach repellent is going to work. Maybe not. Okay, so it seems like the tides are turning once again. The cockroach is once again in control here. Not for long. It seems like he's going for, and he went for it. Guide him to the turnbuckles. Good stuff. It's gotta go for the big kick, the big boot right there. Yeah, the cockroach's time is over. And a big. All right, I think he's going for his kicks his head out. Loving it. Of course, the cockroach are supposed to be very resilient, just like I said. They've been around since the dinosaur era, or maybe even before that, we just don't know. But is Kenny as resilient as a cockroach? I don't know. But he's fast for sure. He's fast for sure.
Saxon Huxley, showing what he's made of. And where's Williams gone? Williams like a cockroach scuttling under the ring. Scurrying away from the light. Someone turn the lights off.
And just like a cockroach, he hides under the ring. And he's pulled out of the ring, from under the ring. And now, just like a cockroach, I mean, I can't believe I'm comparing a human being, a wrestler, to a cockroach, but that's what he wants us to do. So I'm just trying to imagine what a cockroach would do in a wrestling match. And I guess this guy is answering all the questions for me. Well, Kenny Williams, aka the Cockroach, has won the match. Good for him, I guess. Good for him. And he's doing a dance which I believe is similar to what a cockroach would do when they get some free food, I guess. But yeah, he did a weird dance right there. Lying on his back and throwing his limbs up. Weird. Weird to say the least. Kenny Williams has won the match. The cockroach has won the match. Yep. It happened.
Zaya, have you got...
Or Zaya is there.
We know there's been a bit of tension between you and Scarlett recently. We just wondered what the latest was there.
Well, I'm gonna go and see him real soon.
Wait, really sorry, you're already 15 minutes late for training?
Yeah, but you know, I don't have to train with them, right? Like that was... I have my own one-on-one classes, and you might not know that, but it's okay. It's okay, honestly, it's fine. I got a note. Do you want to see my note? There you go. You read it on that.
Alright, so Zaya's been told by the trainer that you're already 15 minutes late to the training, and she says, but I'm not going to be training with those people. I'm going to have one-on-one classes, and she showed her the notes, so okay, alright. So we get no commercials apart from the little in WWE's very own commercials. So we got one for WWE Shop, then we got a commercial for Survivor Series, and now we're getting a little one for SmackDown. So their own commercials, nothing else, nothing third party. So, and it's just one commercial, so that's not too bad.
Mark Andrews, how are you feeling after your win against Nathan Fraser?
I'm psyched. I mean, this is a big win for me. It's a big win for subculture.
So far we've seen 2 matches in the span of about 30 minutes and about 3 segments. So not too bad. Not too bad at all. The segments are short and simple. The matches are elaborate. And I appreciate it. It's about 14 to 15, 10, 12 to 15 minutes long matches. Pretty good, pretty good.
And that's not a big part player like you are. Maybe you can just drop the nice guy attitude and take some notes, okay? The Irish Ace. Real professional.
Quite the friendly gesture there from Jordan Devlin to Mark Andrews. However, that's not the only thing that came out of that interaction with this general manager.
Alright, so it's been announced. Next week on NXT UK, we're going to be seeing Jordan Devlin versus Mark Andrews. It's going to be happening next week. Alright, so we saw 2 matches already. We saw about 3-4 segments, and now we're heading to the main event of the night. So just like I said, a short, simple show, a 1-hour show format, and I like it. You know, we already get the bits and pieces, only the important part, the part that matters in a week. And it's alright, it's sweet. You know, I've got no complaints about the format of the show. I liked it. Short, simple. I understand that not a lot of people watch NXT UK, but still, it's sweet. It's alright. Do I think that there are better wrestling shows right now? Yes, I do. Yeah, I definitely do. Is this good? Yes, it is good. But is this for everybody? I would say no, it's not for everybody. But still, you know, you got a lot of wrestling without any commercials, without any fillers. So it's a pretty sweet show nonetheless. Even though it's not for everybody, it's still a sweet show. Yep. And today we have been surprisingly quiet just because, you know, most of our fans are from the US or Canada. And over there right now it's daytime, so they're busy working, they're not here, they're not watching NXT UK, they don't watch NXT UK. So it's understandable why they're not here tonight. It's funny. Rohan Raja is a Indo-British wrestler, I believe. So he has an Indian Punjabi background, and his name is Rohan Raja in NXT UK. And it's very funny because there is somebody who has a very similar name, and their name is Rohit Raju. So this guy is Rohan Raja, and the other guy who's with Impact and has been with Impact since ages is Rohit Raju. So Rohan Raja, Rohit Raju, very similar sounding names, and both of them, you know, they are active wrestlers. So I don't know if this naming of Rohan Raja was somehow influenced by Rohit Raju, but it is there. It is there for sure. Yeah, so it's gonna be Timona and Rohan Raju. So I'm gonna Rohan Raju, yeah, Rohan Raja. So I'm gonna have to get used to this name. It's Rohit Raju. It's Rohan Raja, not Rohit Raju. All right, it's funny. All right. So this is the main event of the night. Just like I said, a very short, sweet, and simple show. It's only a 1 hour long show. We already had 2 matches. We're in the final match of the night. And it's been a quiet night because, you know, most of our US-based followers are busy working right now. It's daytime for them, so they're not tuning in. We're doing a show for the UK fans for the first time ever. And, yeah, it's been an interesting show. So this is very unusual. This is not like the kind of a show you would get in the US. This is not your typical show boarding. This is more like traditional wrestling. You know, it's more hardcore, you know, just more strategic wrestling, old school style of wrestling, if you may. So pretty cool. So good to see everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, it's a different experience for sure.
Here comes Taylor for the first time in this contest, but the big British takes him down. And Nigel, of course, we do that. The Cricket Ladies' next challengers for their titles will be Moustache Bandit, Tyler and Trent Seven, who have that opportunity to hook they can't get back. Come on! Kick out.
The boys from Brum putting the loss of the Heritage Cup behind them. The focus on the NXT UK Championship.
Alright, so after winning the Heritage Cup, the cup that's you can tell that they're very proud of, because whenever we see them backstage, they're always carrying the cup very, very close to their heart. It's a very near and dear to them, and they've worked hard for it. So I guess that's very well deserved, and they treat it right. But I feel like after winning the Heritage Cup, they want to go up the stairs. They want to go up the ladder, and now they want to go for the Tag Team Championship. Are they going to be able to win it? That yet has to be seen, but let's see. But look at this right now. We talk about AEW referees and AEW officials being useless at some points, and they do nothing. They do no officiating. They do everything but officiating. And we're seeing it right here, right now on NXT UK as well. I mean, the referee basically did not see all the dirty work that was going on ringside. And yeah, it's just wrestling referees and our wrestling referees. I got to interview. So when I started out our podcast with these interviews for the first time, the first person actually interviewed on that podcast was Impact Wrestling's referee, Mr. Brandon Toll. And I asked him a lot of questions. I said, what do you think about referees basically being, called as useless in professional wrestling and whatnot? So he said that, hey, look, when I started off my career, I wanted to be a wrestler. But when I was doing my stuff, I realized that being a referee is just as fun, and I can still travel the world, and I can still do what I love to do, and I can still witness all these matches, but get the best seat of the house. And, I think that referee holds a very important match in the choreography of the match, in how the match is delivered, conveying the messages from backstage to the superstars and whatnot. So being a referee might, even though a professional wrestling referee might look like a joke to you, but in reality, they do put in a lot of work, a lot of efforts, and yeah, we do see it. We don't really see it, but they do a lot of work backstage. You see a little thread, you see a little wire that goes into their ear. They get a lot of messages from the production, from backstage, and they have to convey it to the wrestlers while they're live on television. They have to convey the messages to the wrestlers and make it look like they're not doing just that. So being a referee is not a cup of tea. It's not a cup of tea for sure. But yeah, speaking of cup of teas, if you watch the main roster shows, and if you watch, NXT 2.0, and you're tired of the segments and the promos and the fillers, and you want wrestling, and you want more matches, and you want zero commercials, NXT UK is definitely gonna be your cup of tea. So I would recommend for you to tune in. The show is almost over now, but I would recommend for you to tune in starting next week and really enjoy the show, because if you demand more wrestling and less fillers, this is the show for you. This is where you gotta be tuning in. So yeah, this is it. And guys, we do watch-alongs for every single wrestling show out there, every single one of them, no matter it is WWE shows or AEW shows or Impact or anything, or MLW. We do watch-alongs every single day for every single show, but tonight we're not going to be doing it for Impact Wrestling, so we have some prior commitments. So tonight, Impact Wrestling, you got to watch yourself. But we will be back tomorrow, because tomorrow being Friday, we're going to be pulling off a double duty. We're going to be doing a watch-along for SmackDown, and we're going to be doing a watch-along for Rampage. So it's going to be a mega watch-along party. So join us tomorrow as we do watch-alongs for both Rampage as well as SmackDown. Alright, looks like we're gonna go in for the hot tag right here. And the guy's alright, he's in for the hot tag, and it looks like Rohan Raja is gonna be here for some trouble. He's still fresh, he's still new, he's a very angry guy. But it looks like And if you look at Rohan Raju, I mean, he looks like a pretty good wrestler, damn good wrestler. So if you look at Jinder Mahal and his tag team with Veer and Shanky, of course, Veer Mahan, Veer has now been repackaged as Veer Mahan. He's going to be doing his own solo run on Raw. But if you look at Jinder Mahal and the thing that he's doing with Shanky, I feel like Rohan Raja, being the uh, Indo-British wrestler and being the sort of a Punjabi background that he has, I think he would fit right in, and he would have a great chemistry with Jinder Mahal. So, and even if you look at the trousers he's wearing, it literally is written in Punjabi. His name is written in Punjabi. That's pretty damn cool. That's a nice touch. So it's a great representation in the UK, especially in NXT UK, where most of the wrestlers, believe it or not, most of them are white. So it's a great representation. But still, if he were to come to the US and do a thing with Jinder Mahal, I think it would be very well received and very well translated to the fans in the US and the UK, and they can actually have a good opportunity to not be heels and be faces for the first time ever. Every time we see international stars in the WWE, they're always heels, always the bad guys, always the villains. So maybe we can change the narrative. And with somebody like, Jinder is a Canadian. This guy is a Brit. All right, both of them Punjabi backgrounds. They can go out to get together, really show the best out of not just their Punjabi but also their Brit and Canadian heritage, and translate it to the audience. It's going to be a global audience. The Indians are going to buy it, the Punjabis are going to buy it, the Brits are going to buy it, the Canadians are going to buy it, the Americans obviously are going to buy it. It would be a could be a great dream tag team. So I do see potential in Rohan Raja and Jinder Mahal possibly getting together in the future. I hope that happens, but unless it does, it's just a dream and nothing else. Because going from NXT UK to the main roster is a big jump, and we don't see a lot of wrestlers doing that, with the exception of a very few, like Pete Dunne, and you talk about Tony Storm. But still, even though they're there, I mean, Pete Dunne's doing pretty good. He's an NXT 2.0, is doing a good job. But look at Tony Storm. She appears once in a blue moon. She's not very regular. So, that is also a reality. So, let's see. Let's see what happens.
This could be it.
All right, that was a near fall. But I have a feeling that these people, with the Heritage Cup already in their position, I don't think they're going to be picking up the win tonight. Or maybe they will. I don't know. It doesn't look to me. I think the heels are going to be picking up the win tonight. I think that Rohan Raja's team is going to be picking the win tonight. But let's see. Let's see. All right, it's an outside interference. And they've been distracted. Oh gosh, is this gonna end in a disqualification? I would hate for the main event of the night to end in a disqualification. I hope not. Or it's not officially a disqualification yet, but it could happen. Depends on the referee, depends on the call he makes. But just like I said, Rohan Raja, he came in with all the momentum, the promo packages, everything. They just had Rohan Raja on the cover of everything. He looked like he was going to win tonight. He looked red hot as he showed up. And just like that, my prediction's right. And Rohan Raja has picked the win. And he has won the match. So the main event of the night has been won by the team of Rohan Raja, thanks to the outside interference, I guess. But still, what matters is that their team has won. And sweet match, sweet show, a 1 hour show. And how much time do we have? We have 6 more minutes on the clock. And the match is already over. So let's see, what else do we have next? So now I guess they're going to brawl for a little while. Yeah, there's a full-on brawl that's going on right now. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's their night tonight. It's Rohan Raja's night tonight. And the heels are going to be closing the show. It does look like it. Does look like it for sure. Sweet stuff. So you don't see a lot of these anticlimactic moments on the main roster shows, but you can definitely see them. And you are seeing them right now on NXT UK. Pretty cool, if you ask me. Pretty damn cool. All right.
What are Dempsey's motivations for this? What are his intentions?
Is YouTube down? Is YouTube down? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Good to see you, Ricky. Welcome. But we're doing a watch along for NXT UK for the first time ever. And it's been a quiet night because, we usually have fans from the US and Canada, most of them are joining in. So, most of them are busy, working right now. So, I understand. But thanks for tuning in, Ricky. Good to see you. And with NXT UK going off the air, V2 are going to go off the air now. I hope that all of you enjoyed the show. And it was good. First time doing a UK show of NXT, but it was fun. It was good. Short, sweet, and simple. So thank you so much, guys, for joining in. Oh, Benita there with the answer, Ricky. YouTube isn't down. But thanks so much, guys, for joining in. It was our first ever watch along for NXT UK. We're going to be back tomorrow as we do a combined watch along for SmackDown Live as well as AEW Rampage. It's going to be a 4-hour long mega watch along. So see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night and take care. Thank you.